And we are live. Hello, everyone. So we just wanted to start this, or I actually want to start maybe bringing a couple of things to your attention today. Unfortunately, Brendan is not here with us. He is in France, somewhere in the airport. He just texted me. And but he is with us in spirits for sure. Today we wanted to talk about, I want to talk about VeChain, I want to talk about 1inch, Theta, a couple other things that I've been keeping on my radar. I would say as well BTT, Filecoin, and Matic. So yesterday, maybe we'll just start off with Matic here and whatever happened. So we were looking at this for the past, I would say maybe 4 or 5 days, and that's why you should, if you're not a member of our Discord, you should definitely join. We talked about Discord, about Matic on the Discord, just to let the people know. And Matic today and yesterday actually had a very nice movement to the upside here, 41% within 2 days only. So right now, VeChain is up 22.3%, which is pretty good. Overall, we know where the levels we were looking at, so maybe we'll just give you a quick breakdown of what the important levels we had looked like, and maybe at the end of the day you start doing this analysis on your own and benefit from it and actually get into those trades, or even just bring it to our attention as well. So a lot of these coins we actually look at are usually brought to us by our Discord member or the live chats we have here, so it's just beneficial for everybody, including ourselves as well. But this is where we're talking about Matic for the longest time here. We're somewhere around this area. We can see how Matic jumped from the 30-cent region all the way up to the 94-95 region, and then got stuck in this downward channel. So formed some sort of a bull flag. We saw it as it was coming down here. Identify exactly where the resistance is, where the support is, where buyers actually come in. And as soon as we got here, you can see how there wasn't really enough selling power anymore. We stayed at the top of this resistance here, this channel overall, and that's when we were looking for some sort of a breakout. We identify the line, we know exactly based on the VPVR somewhere on this region here, but I can see maybe the closing or prices around this range, the 77.8 was what the most important level was for me, at least. As soon as we broke above it, we're looking at the 4-hour, boom, we flew heavily. So I do think there's a long way still for Matic to go up. Obviously we stagnate for a bit sometimes, but usually with a bull flag breakout like this one, we take the leg of that pole, projected to the presumed breakout. So we're looking at somewhere here, and this is the line we have from before around this region. But let's just say that the breakout was somewhere around this area. I think the $1.30 region for Matic does make sense. And so far so good. The did bump, you can see. So that's the thing, guys, because once we look at something like this, you need some sort of confirmation. That's the thing. You always need some sort of confirmation, because you can draw so many different this thing in so many different ways. But you need to understand, is the whole market looking at the same thing I'm looking at the moment? And once you start seeing volume like this go crazy and starts to increase, you'll know that, hey, look, whatever pattern you have or whatever breakout point you're looking at does make sense. That's what the market is looking at. So any break above this point will probably have buyers actually jump in as well. So this is what we got so far. Overall, the VPVR itself, by the way, can you guys hear me? This would probably be very funny if you guys didn't hear me this whole time. Let me know in the chats if you guys can actually hear me or no. I don't think there's any problems on my end. Yeah, I think I'm good. So overall, this is it with Matic. If you've hopped on this, it was pretty good. We let our Discord members know here a couple of days ago. So if you join our VIP Discord as well, you'll see it here. And that's why you guys should definitely join the Discord if you're actually, and if you're not a member, then you should also subscribe to the channel. You also get those updates as well. But for some reason I can't find it here, so you guys need to bear with me. But yes, so it was here somewhere where we're looking at the 79 cent, and we're looking at for the past couple live streams. So this is for Matic. If you're in this, congratulations, you're up pretty good for the past couple of days. But The next thing I wanted to talk about, maybe start with here is maybe we start with Bitcoin, just a quick Bitcoin daily chart to see where we're sitting at overall. Also, if you've been watching the channel, if you know what's happening here, this is the 50 daily moving average for Bitcoin. You can see how much reaction we get off the price. There's a lot going on right here in terms of the VPVR. The daily candle, although it is bearish, although this is the opening price was at the 58,851, we went today actually all the way down to the 56,200. So we just really ranged somewhere between, let's see here, what are we looking at? So 4%, nothing crazy, very typical. But we can see here how Bitcoin has been, we have buyers coming in more aggressively. We know exactly where the ceiling is. Seems like, as soon as we went above the 50 MA here, we're having a lot of lag. There's a lot of sell orders that Bitcoin has to go through. And you can see that being reflected in the VPVR itself. It's just plotting the different trading activity along the chart here. And yeah. So far, looks like we did pass the hard part. Usually the way I look at it, if let's say the price is here, I'm looking somewhere here, I can tell that, look, along this region going up. So from this 53,000 all the way up here, there's a lot for us to pass through. And Bitcoin is literally at that right now. It did pass the hard part. We just need to go above this. So this guy right here was dictating the 2017 bull run. If we, maybe I'll just show you quickly what I had here. But we talked about this a lot of times, so I don't want to bore you to death with it. But look at this. So Bitcoin 2017 got all the way up to the 20,000, went back down to retest exactly this guy. And maybe I'll just take off all of these for you so you guys don't give me a hard time in the comments again. So went all the way up, came back down to retest this guy again, went all the way up, and as soon as we broke below it and actually stayed below on a daily, we just continued to downtrend for the next long time here to come. And 50 SMA is usually a very popular daily moving average. There's a lot of traders actually use as well. So whatever, if we're above or below this guy, is pretty critical. If we're far away from it, you always can see how we always try to get back to it as it acts like some sort of a magnet. But anyways, this thing right now looks like Bitcoin is doing something unconventional. It's going back to it and it's trying to break above it, which is not similar to what we did in 2017. And this is where we're sitting. So if today finishes at the 2 hour and 40, we have 2 hours and 40 minutes to finish. If we continue to stay above it, yesterday was pretty good, very good volume, still somewhere close to the average volume. We closed above this range, so it looks pretty good so far for me. Looks like this is a breakout for Bitcoin. And yeah, we just need to see how that plays out for the end of the day. Hopefully the sellers don't actually pull us all the way back down below the 50 daily moving average, which could be very problematic. So this is what we're sitting at right now for Bitcoin. Ethereum is looking crazy as well. Today we pushed all the way up to the $3,983. Obviously the 4K is very close to us. I think that's what we're going to be knocking at soon. And looks pretty good, to be honest. Looks very nice. There's a couple of news stories here for Ethereum, which we can maybe get into later here. Or I'll just keep this in the in our Discord, so for you to actually read up on. It's pretty good things. It's a good read. There's a lot of things happening right now for Ethereum. And yeah, I think leading up to those updates that Ethereum has, there's a lot of uptrending at the moment. So where's the top going to be right now? I'm not really didn't really fully look at the chart for Ethereum, but maybe we'll put up some sort of video when Brendan here comes back, and or maybe we'll go live again. But yeah, there's Ethereum. I think the next thing I want to talk about here is for VeChain. Obviously, this is what you guys asked about the most. So today looks pretty good for VeChain. And wow, the chat literally just opened up for me. So sorry if I wasn't really reading anything. It looked pretty blank, but now all of a sudden there's a good 30 chats that showed up. Let's see here. So very excited for the future of crypto and glad I'm investing in projects like VeChain. Yeah, definitely. XRP or VeChain. XRP, look, it depends on what the lawsuit with the SEC says here. There's some optimistic things for XRP at the moment, but until that gets shaken out and we get a bit of regulatory clarity, XRP is still kind of, in my opinion though. So Let's see here. Theta, the savior of the future of internet streaming. I guess so. India, hello everyone. VeChain will continue to. Yeah. So Doge. Don't ask me about Doge, man. Doge is Doge. Don't waste your money on depreciating assets. Buy crypto. What do you think on Marshall? Marshall's pretty good. We've been talking about it a lot here. Maybe we'll talk about it here right now. There's a lot happening. I think it just has some sort of a breakout. I don't think I have the chart here, but we'll also make some sort of a video about it here. Honestly, VeChain and Zilliqa about to make the run. So, oh, perfect. Not a lot that I missed here. So back to VeChain here, guys. Overall, today looks pretty good. We range somewhere between as a high of 23 cents, 23.4 cents, went all the way down to the 20 cents. And right now we just keep on pushing. We had this here, so let me just maybe hide this Fibonacci level. So visual order, hide. So if you zoom out a bit, we identified where VeChain is. We saw some sort of a breakout. At the breakout itself, before the breakout, actually, we had this range between the 21.5 cents, a low at the 19.7 cents. And they were saying, hey, look, as soon as VeChain goes above this, we're in. Right, and that's what it looks like VeChain is doing right now. We have 2 hours and 40 minutes for the day to end, and overall at the breakout itself, this is what I like to see. Usually, I like to see the MACD itself been upticking, so momentum has been increasing. Right now, we still have something left for the data to go, but you can see how the selling pressure has been really subsiding, and VeChain is slowly just going up. Slow and steady has just been going up ever since here. We're making those higher lows as we move forward. So looks pretty exciting so far. As this right here, boom. And right now, I think if VeChain wants to fall, this is the level we're looking at. Because as soon as we're having this breakout, I want to see VeChain go above, which it did. Come back to retest. Give me a nice confirmation. I think this is what's going to catalyze that movement upwards. So VeChain right now is currently sitting at 23.3 cents. Volume, nice volume at the breakout, although still you can see that there's some sellers in the market so far. We pushed all the way to the 25 cents, but we actually then closed at the 23 cents. So it is something to keep in mind. Not that alarming, but you can tell there's a lot of it's just a volatile market overall, and VeChain is obviously getting some of that slack, and that's what we're looking at in terms of the RSI itself. It still has a lot of room to go, and if you watch the video, you know I love it when there's a lot more to go for the RSI before we really get overbought over here. So we do have some sort of distance to push, so that's pretty good. So volume, MACD's been ticking up, RSI is really pushing up. We are in some sort of an uptrend. We had a breakout, and look, in terms of where I think this can go in a short term, I think for VeChain, I can easily see it at least pushing again back up at the breakout, somewhere close to this level over here. So somewhere between the 38 all the way to the 40. But if we're reaching the 38, then I think the 40 is a pretty close psychological resistance that a lot of the traders would be trying to take profit at. But if we're looking at something like this, this right here, we'll take in the base of this triangle, and we're putting it at the breakout location, which is somewhere here. We know where that support level is. I think profit taking for traders, or the trend, will continue to go up all the way to the 38 cent, and that's when we're gonna have VeChain try to retrace back down. Or just overall, this is what you need to know, is the fact that there will be some sort of profit taking. This will downtrend back to lower levels, and then we'll play again. But this is what I think it is for VeChain so far. That's the next stop. So we'll see how that plays out. It's pretty optimistic. I know the market loves VeChain. It's been a slow mover for such a long time, guys. Let me know in the chats how when did you actually get into VeChain, and when did you know about VeChain? Because this thing literally just if we're looking here, which is pretty crazy the kind of returns this gives, but 2,200, and you know, it's just since February just kept on pushing up. So let me know when you guys actually entered VeChain, or when you actually knew about it. So this is it for VeChain. If I'm looking here, so Zilliqa, yeah, we're gonna talk soon about Zilliqa here. I'm just gonna go through a couple more. I like Zilliqa's price action so far. I think it has some potential, definitely. I just bought today. Yeah, look, I don't really think I think it's still too early for the whole market, guys. I don't really think, you know, obviously we move in some sort of cycles. So that's granted, we know that, but 2 point something trillion isn't really that much still for a whole crypto market, right? For all the innovations that can bring, and all the efficiencies and the profits that is going to bring to the existing markets we have so far, with DeFi and financial institutions actually utilizing these projects. I think there's a lot more money than just 2 point some trillion right now. So it's just the beginning, man. But obviously this is my opinion. I'm lost here. What was the next thing? VeChain. And yes, let's just go and check 1inch real quick. So this is what it is for 1inch. We're seeing that again. I'll maybe just take this off so it's hidden. 1inch, we know exactly where the top was for the longest time. 6.35 cent is the previous high that we got to. Again, tried to hit it again. It didn't really work. And yeah, we had a couple of times here that we tried to push through it. Not until 3 days ago here that we actually pushed through it. You'll see again. So this is it, guys. The more you watch these videos, you'll start understanding it. It's not really that it's not that complicated trying to look at this. Reading the charts is actually not that complicated. You can actually do it too. My main goal is actually for you to end up not needing to watch us or any other channel, so you can actually understand this. So look, couple criteria if you guys are actually interested in this. I would say I usually really like the volume. You identify easily. You can even use the VPVR. I just use it for visibility, but usually I can just tell from the chart itself. You can see here that this line right here is the most evident one. This is the most reaction we had, somewhere at the 6.36. You're just roughly speaking, you'll have it there. Even from the VPVR itself here, you can see where the most price reactive levels are at. I know for a fact somewhere around this region, which you can see here as well. You can see as well here somewhere here. And all these empty peaks, so these valleys and the peaks also act as some sort of support. So this is a valley right here. You can see it, boom, and you can see how we found it. And that's pretty much it. Volume as well. So you see some sort of a breakout, some good volume. MACD's been upticking. RSI itself as well has been moving upwards. And yeah, the next step, I think, let's just see. You enter something like this, and you have some sort of risk management to it. I would enter somewhere at the breakout. I would give it somewhere below this resistance line just in case it doesn't. And look at this. So this is the daily. This is where it broke out. This is where we know, let's say somewhere around here. It went up, came back to retest, and actually pushed up. And that's what it was. And that's pretty much it, right? But there's a bit of psychology to it and about a bit of practice. But that's what it is, basically. It's something that you can definitely do. So the more you watch this, the more you learn, the more you see our criteria is always the same, basically. Volume, MACD, RSI, some sort of charts. You look at some EMAs, and boom, you are now an expert. So let's see here. So yeah, this is what I think for 1inch. We broke above, came back to retest, and now we're pushing a pretty good volume at the breakout. Some sort of wick here. We know a lot of traders are trading this, so obviously we're going to see some retracement. It's pretty volatile, so keep that in mind. MACD has been going up. MACD has been upticking somewhere from here, from this region, and our size has been ticking up, and boom, we had a bit of a breakout. So now I don't think this is still the push we're actually looking for. If I'm seeing here, if I can show you the Fibonacci extension levels that 1inch can get to. And again, I have some sort of news here that includes 1inch. It's just for decentralized exchange algorithms and different types of automatic market makers. I'll just keep this also in the description for you. I just highlighted a couple of things, or I'll actually put on our Discord for you whenever you join. But there's a couple of things going on for 1inch that are definitely optimistic and that are leading this price action. So just keep that in mind as well. I'm not gonna get into it in this live stream. I'm just gonna keep it a bit more efficient and straight to the point with you here. So 1inch, we're pushing above. I think usually the typical level or the most important level that we'd be looking at is the 1 level in the Fibonacci, so the 100% and the 1.618 level. So right now you can see here, if you take this Fibonacci extension, so I took the Fibonacci low here, took it all the way to the top right here, and then so as soon as you have your impulse, right, the beginning of the impulse, all the way to the top of the impulse, and then a drop to the end of retracement after the impulse, gives you levels that you can look at. So after this, let's see how the market actually reacted to those levels. You can see here that we tried to close above, we went back down. I'll just remove all these lines, which is, there's a lot of these lines, so my bad. Came back down, and you can see as well here, this was pretty perfect where we actually found that retracement, right? So went up, came down, the levels are plotted already. Now we're testing how the market is actually finding the support, and you'll see that happen as well over here on this side, right? So right now it hit that, so that kind of gives me a bit of confirmation that okay, the market is looking at this. And look, the one is $9.2 is one of the targets I'm looking at, and as well the 1.618. This is in a bit, you know, a bit of a long-term outlook, $12.9, $13. So this could be really early for 1 inch still, guys. So keep that in mind. And but I'm definitely keeping this on my radar for sure. So this is it for 1 inch. What was next for a year? So I got VeChain at 0.003 and 0.008 a couple of years ago. I was fortunate to pay off my wife's car recently. Still have a nice stack. I just believe in excuse, guys. Look, man, that's pretty amazing. Metal XRP. It's pretty good news, man. This is pretty good. Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of returns here in this market. You just need to really know that it's extremely volatile. But VeChain's been doing good. It's been really killing it. Just happy you're actually having all those gains now. Theta as well looks pretty good for me. Overall, it's the same thing, guys. Again, you can see here how this is Theta, and so we'll just draw this. You can see here how we entered some sort of a descending triangle. We had a lot of buyers were anticipating some sort of breakout, so it happened here with a lot of volume. But you know, that's when Bitcoin started to fall, the whole market started to fall, and then we just literally just slashed through these support levels like it was nothing, went all the way back down to the $7. So if you think about it, this thing went from all the way here, 15, all the way to the 7 within what? If we're looking here, let's see. So this, boom, all the way here within a week. Within a week, this thing dropped 55%. So it is pretty crazy the way this is actually going on. But then again, that's a lot of buying opportunity for a lot of people. That's what happened. You can see here at the last day here, we had it go all the way down to the $7.1, pushed all the way up to the $9.9. So it's pretty, you know, these dips are looking like it's nice opportunities for a lot of buyers to jump back into the market. And you can see how the 55 EMA is where Theta likes to actually touch. Every time we uptrend, we create some sort of a distance. We wait on the 55 exponential mover average to meet us again. You know, it starts sloping up. We meet it, and then we go back up. And then I'm pretty sure even the 8 or 12 EMA would definitely be in the way for that short-term support. So you can see how these EMAs really play a very important role in the uptrend. And right now, this is what we had. I'll just take these guys off again. Maybe I'll just keep the 100 and the 200 or the 55. Perfect. So now we drop below. We're trying to get back in this range right here. We're trying to get back into at least this previous ceiling. Now, this was a support line for a while, right? At least some sort of a month here from March 23rd all the way till April 16th. And yeah, now we're trying to push back against this line. So I'll just extend it again. This is what we're really trying to break above. So I've been talking here about it for the past, I don't know, I just saw that we've been really knocking against this resistance. And look, guys, anything can happen on the chart. It's just telling you a story. And just like any other story, you know, those stories can be, you know, very biased and very skewed. And there's a bunch of rumors and all that stuff. Same thing with this when you look at the chart. All I'm seeing here, every time, you know, I drop below, so I know where I'm going to find that resistance. If you look in the VPVR, there's so much activity here that Theta needs to go through. But what you can see in the chart itself is the fact that we went above and really tried to push against this guy, this previous line, a lot. So buyers wanted this to get back to these previous levels, and we know Theta has a nice market, nice hype behind it, and you can see that these buyers are just not letting up. They don't want the price to fall back down. It's just simple as that. Now you'll see here, buyers showcase their strength, didn't allow the price to go down below the $10, so we created a range. And that's all you need to understand, right? Is that there's some sort of a range that you need to be careful of right here. somewhere, and even I would just push it somewhere all the way to the bottom here. And you can see here, we knocked against it so many times, but we're unsuccessful. After like almost 7-8 days, we dropped back to the 55 EMA, and boom, right away, we're back up to almost 60% of that previous close. Bitcoin is obviously moving a lot of this market, and this is it. We can see how buyers are trying to push above. Again, a couple of days ago, we peaked above it, closed just slightly above this, just slightly above, we're almost at it. A huge wick, but we actually peaked all the way to the 12.6. So buyers kind of flashed what we're trying to push with Theta. They're just showing sellers that we're actually in the market, but sellers again came in and crashed the price back down, and this is where we're at. So now Theta successfully came to the same price we were at before. What's next for Theta? I see those, if you see here, I have some alerts set for the price action. So as soon as I start seeing, so I actually entered in a long yesterday, and I made almost 11% with leverage. I was just waiting for some sort of a breakout. It was a 5x leverage. Had nothing crazy. Maybe $700. Made like $250 within whatever time it is, and it's pretty good. It's just, and I had some very tight stop losses. Anything below this line was a no go for me. Actually, anything below this line, I actually entered, went all the way up here, left it, and we're good to go. So now it's retracing, but I still don't really think that was a quick day trade for me. But I don't really I'm still in a swing trade for Theta. So this is actually still not financial advice. You also need to be, there's a lot of risk to this, right, guys? I think we just got good at doing a proper risk management behind this, and that's what you need to understand. I don't just put my money in the market and not have a stop loss for it. Even if I'm looking really very long term, always have something where I'm looking at, look, if it dips more than this line over here, the market is in trouble. Or if I have so many alerts for Bitcoin, if Bitcoin starts dipping back below these levels, look, some of these coins I look at, I'm out of, some of them out of the market. But yeah, but in terms of just looking very long term, I'm in so many different coins that I really don't care about ups and downs. But then again, that's for you, right? Because some of you are actually new to the market. You always need to keep in mind that anything can happen. So you need to have, there's a lot of books and a lot of tutorials and videos about risk management that you can get into and look, and you can become really comfortable in the market on your own. So Theta, yeah, I think for Theta right now, if we bring back some of these, did I have Fibonacci retracements here? I did not. So this is what we're looking at for Theta. I think this is just the beginning as well. We're back in these levels. I think Theta, if we maintain this, you can see here, obviously, again, Bitcoin is moving the market, so we need to keep that in mind. But as soon as Theta right now maintains this, which we look like we did, there is some sort of follow through, but that retracement, I think Theta can easily get back up to these higher levels at the 15.8. And once we get there, I think, there's some sort of a more price targets that we could be looking at. But let's just see if we whip out some Fibonacci extensions here. Maybe I'll take something from, just to make this a bit more clear. We have some sort of an impulse right here. We go all the way to the top of that impulse, come back down to the retracement, maybe somewhere around here, I would say. Or you know what, let's just take this whole thing. This is very subjective. I don't really take it fully into account, but it just gives you an idea what the market could be looking at, right? But to me, this is just very subjective. So, but I just like to keep it in mind. So it looks like, like we said before, if you're you've been here, the one range is the one range on the Fibonacci is pretty nice in the 1.68. So we could be pushing there, which is if we get all the way here, I think, the one is pretty close. There's $20 exactly at the $20, nice psychological number. So we could be there. But I think we just need to maintain this area, and Bitcoin, if Bitcoin just can please not do anything stupid, that would be appreciated. So Theta, this is it for Theta. I was looking also, let me see what I had here on my watch list. Filecoin as well. Yes, Filecoin. So I think Filecoin is doing the same thing Matic was doing. I think this is actually my top pick for you guys. So Matic was doing this. Matic did this. Uptrend, bull flag, break above, and boom. And I think we still have ways to go, right? So that's pretty good. Filecoin. I think Filecoin is doing the same exact thing, and I think it's pretty nice the way this is developing. So I'll keep it short here, guys. How much? Wow, I've been here for 37 minutes. That's crazy. If we're looking at this, push up, we know this is the bull flag, right? So we push up, we get stuck in some sort of descending channel, forms that bull flag, and we wait for a break above. Now within this bull flag, I'm looking at a nice support line that I'm pretty confident of. You can see here how every time we dipped, we actually went somewhere close to this zone over here. So somewhere close to here between this and this, and you can see how it was pretty price reactive here, is where we find those buyers start to come in. So price is getting pretty squeezed. I think it's pretty clear. The clearer the pattern is, the better the market reaction to it, because everyone would be looking at the same thing. As soon as we have some sort of a break above this range, I think Filecoin can easily get back up to the $280, $290 region. And even with everything I just discussed, I think Filecoin is one of my top picks at the moment. But we need to maintain this level for sure. I need to see a breakout. If I maybe go to the 4 hour here, I would need to see Filecoin at least try to push back above these levels, somewhere close to the 150 region. So let's just see if it goes back to the 150. I'll just place a quick alert here. So every time crossing 150, as soon as it crosses there, let you guys know, that's why you need to make sure you join our Discord if you're not. And as soon as to start getting below this region over here, I would be looking for some sort of a short, to be honest. So somewhere crossing short, just short it. Perfect. So anything be above or below this region over here is what I'll be looking at specifically for Filecoin. A break above, taking us back above the $150 range is pretty nice, and I think it could really help out with the breakout above this big guy over here. So once this happens, a break above, I think we could have something similar to what Matic was having, and we do want to be on some sort of a trend that Matic had. And yesterday, I bought a bit more Matic just for my swing trade. This is just a swing trade for me, and I like having those swing trades a lot. Just stay in the market for a week or so, you get some sort of gains, and then you leave the market. But I bought it as soon as I saw this bull flag somewhere at the 98, 97, somewhere here. As soon as I saw the breakout, I actually entered, and now I'm up. Let's see here, what do we got here? Went all the way to 34%. Now we're here. Looks like it's stagnating a bit, but I think it can easily come back down to retest this level for a bit. But eventually, I want to ride it out to the $1.28. And I think this is pretty much it. Maybe BTT for you. Oh, Zilliqa. I have to talk about Zilliqa for sure. So this is Zilliqa. Sorry, I know someone asked about it in the chat, so this is us talking about right now. Pretty clear resistance. Pretty clear where the resistance is for Zilliqa, and pretty clear where the support is for Zilliqa. You'll see here that at this point, this is where the whole market was going crazy, and some people actually bought it up right away. We went back in, and now we're back again in this range after we broke outside of it. For Zilliqa right now, you can see here on the daily that this level here at the 22 cent was a pretty significant level. We see a lot of quietness around it, but one time, 2 times, 3, this here couple of days, actually a lot. It was since April 5th all the way till now. We tried to peek through it, didn't really work, but this level over here was pretty significant. Until yesterday, we broke above it, had some sort of retracement, and now we still have 2 hours left for the day to go. We could form some sort of a hammer candle, but if we continue and hold and maintain this level, which I think we already went up and came back to retest it, maybe the 4 hour shows it best. Look at this, guys. If you're going to the 4 hour, you're seeing this. You're seeing just a quick, you can tell that the whole market is looking at the same thing here. And nice volume. Came back to retest. Looks like the level is holding. And that's all it is. If you're looking at the MACD has been ticking up. It's trying to go to the positive as well. RSI, stochastic RSI, wants to have that leg up. RSI itself has some ways to go. You can see here the RSI on the 4 hour actually has some sort of a break above these levels. Now it's having a higher high from this previous one. I think this can easily, soon enough here, go all the way up to the 30 cent again. But this is my prediction for it. So I think this could be the next line or the target for Zilliqa, 30 cents. And if we're looking at that, if we're going up, that's a good 26-25% movement. But yeah, let me know, what do you guys think of this analysis, I guess. Zilliqa, this is also a topic for me. And Matic did good already. Let's see, your Filecoin is looking good also. Theta, 1 inch. We talked about VeChain. And that's pretty much it. That's what I want to bring to your attention. There we go. I guess we're back now, live and direct. So yeah, I don't know what happened there, guys. Sorry about that. But yeah, I think the streaming software just got disconnected. But these are my picks, guys. I think the last thing maybe I would talk about is BTT, BitTorrent. I like it's just tokenizing and decentralized file sharing. They've been in the industry for a while, and I just love where this is going so far. You know, not too explosive in terms of the breakout here for BitTorrent. It's broke above, now it's coming back to retest these levels. I don't like how this is breaking out still. But as soon as BitTorrent starts to go back above the, you know, it's not even a seventh of a cent. As soon as it goes above the 778, we can expect some sort of pullback to these higher levels. And the all-time highs for BitTorrent was at 1.3 cents. So this looks pretty nice for me. Let me know what you guys think about that specifically. And yeah, BitTorrent is my topic as well. Zilliqa. Matic happened already. Theta, like we discussed before. 1 inch looks pretty nice, and VeChain. So this is what we're looking at. Looks like VeChain is pushing right now, so looks pretty good. So let me know, guys, if there's anything you'd like me to maybe take a look at. Let's see here. Originally from, where are you originally from? I'm curious. I am Middle Eastern. Check Toku. I did check that out yesterday. Let's see here if I had it. Toku USDT. Wow. Yeah, this is crazy. Look at it, just rip up. Were you guys on the live stream we had previous? We were talking about this as well. Looked pretty nice. Wow, it actually did retrace May 8th yesterday. Holy. Yeah, man, there's a lot of I love this pattern. Goes up, goes sideways, starts to push back up. Looks pretty good. Obviously, you're reaching some sort of level here where it's going to retrace. And we're seeing that retracement happen if we zoom in again. A lot of wicks at the bottom. If we just maybe pull up the EMAs here, 8, 12, 21, and maybe 55 as well. So, yeah, just slashed through. Holy man, this is crazy. It just slashed through these whole regions. It's trying to probably come back down to the 5.8 cents. I wouldn't really be surprised if it goes back down there. But if you're looking at the 4 hour, you're seeing how the volume is really just going down. So there is less and less interest in the current trend. That's what happens when we see the volume start to decrease, and we're seeing a lot of indecisiveness. Just this is a pretty confident candle, right? Opening and closing price is at the same, is very far away. This is just complete dominance by buyers on a low volume. That next volume here, you'll see that some of it was attributed to a retracement back from the sellers. So this is also an indecisive candle. Wicks to the upside, wicks to the bottom, higher wicks to the upside, and right now we've been really range bound somewhere close to the 6. So I think it can easily come back down here to retest, and then once that retest happens somewhere at the 5.8 cents, we will check where the next target is for this tomorrow. So I think it's pretty early to call some sort of a top for this thing, but it's pretty nice how it's playing out, and yeah, it's pretty good. What else we got here? Toko, low cap gem, 10 million cap. Yeah. Toko. Hey, can you look at Toko? Wow, everybody just wants Toko, huh? It's potentially, don't miss it, I heard it here. What else? Huge upside, so much left. Yeah, no, that's pretty much it. Then I guess I'm just gonna end it here. Thank you guys for watching. There's a bunch of news articles that I think you would be really interested in. So I'll leave those in our on our Discord group in the news. So I'll put in our VIP. Make sure you join our VIP Discord, and I'll also put it somewhere at the in the general discussion crypto news articles. So make sure you read up on those. It's actually pretty important, and there's a lot of good knowledge in there. So that's it pretty much for me, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being a part of this. This is pretty fun. Yeah, I see Axie Infinity also. We'll take a look at that maybe tomorrow. This was a quick live stream for me. And Brendan, I guess, has been calling. So maybe sometime soon we'll go again here. So thank you, guys. Oh, man. This guy needs to stop playing games here. Okay, thank you guys so much. Have a great day. Stay tuned to all these other videos we're gonna put out, and yeah, stay smart. Peace.